Hello everyone, I am Priya Maurya from Smriti College of Pharmaceutical Education, Indore. In previous lecture, we had discussed about the quality control transfer and analytical method transfer for the quality control purpose. So, in that previous lecture, we had discussed about various quality control tests for active pharmaceutical ingredients, that is APIs, and also for finished goods. Different orally administered dosage forms like solid oral dosage form, the tests are disintegration test, in vitro drug dissolution test, hardness, friability, weight variation, etc. If we talk about liquid oral dosage form, what should be the packaging shape and size of the package according to the viscosity and purpose for the intended use. For the parenterals, the factor which will affect the most will be the pH of the formulation, and for the inhalation drug product, the particle size of the powder may have great impact on the particular product quality. So apart from that, now let's talk about what are the possible experimental design and acceptance criteria for the analytical testing. So what are the various tests which we recommend for the APIs and ultimately for finished goods? The first one is identity. So in this particular, the consideration for transfer is the transfer should be focused on the sample preparation, instruments used, data interpretation, what are the acceptable limit to include in the assay, and transfer relevant documents. So in this particular case, when we talk about identity, the sample preparation have great impact on the quality of the particular test, and the replication of test performed as per the compendial requirement, and the acceptance criteria may vary for different product. Apart from that, if we talk about assay for potency, that is mentioned here. So assay for potency is non-specific assay, should not be used for the stability testing. For here, bracketing may be appropriate for the multiple strength. What we use, why we use this term bracketing? Because in this particular we already discussed that when we talk about dissolution, there is a various pharmacopoeial guidelines for that particular. So for this particular, the consideration for transfer is non-specific assay for individual content uniformity or assay for potency. The method for assay for potency and content uniformity consideration for transfer will be same for both the cases. If we talk about replication of test, so in case of assay for potency, the replication of test performed into 3 triplicate. That means when we talk about sending unit and receiving unit, so total 18 specific assay should be performed at the sending unit, and same number of assay should be performed at the receiving unit. That means total 18 assay for potency should be tested at both the places, at sending unit as well as at receiving unit, and the acceptance criteria is mean and variability comparison. If we talk about content uniformity, so replication of test will be performed for the comparison of standard deviation between the sending unit as well as receiving unit. In this particular case, when we talk about content uniformity, the acceptance criteria should be based on the t-test, and here the difference should be less than or equal to the 3% between sending unit results and receiving unit result. After that, if we talk about drug dissolution, so for drug dissolution also the same consideration for transfer is applicable. But if we talk about replication of test, so 6 or 12 units, as you all know that firstly we have to perform drug dissolution on 6 tablets at S1 stage. if we passes the criteria specified for S1 stage, then we don't have need to go for S2 stage. But if we talk about in case of extended release product, so at that particular case, the drug dissolution should be performed for 12 units, and the acceptance criteria for drug dissolution plus minus 5% drug dissolution variation should allow between sending unit and receiving unit. Apart from that, if we talk about cleaning verification, so for cleaning verification we have to perform swab test. So replication of test in this particular condition for cleaning verification, we have to use spiked samples with the level within 3 times or within plus minus 10%. So plus minus 10% standard deviation is allowed, and acceptance criteria, it might be vary sample to sample. It is not necessary be the same for all the different type of products which prepared at that particular machinery or equipment previously. Apart from that, if we talk about microbiological testing, so if we talk about microbiological testing, it execute a common on-site validation protocol. Its rational, method, identity, validation parameter, data summary and acceptance criteria. The method of compiling and analyzing data, handling of out of specification result, follow-up requirements, and it should use the same material and technique and inoculation preparation for the microbial testing. That means we have to perform qualitative as well as quantitative test at the time of transfer. If we talk about replication of test, so the validation should be performed for the microbial testing in the triplicate. So the acceptance criteria, the acceptable limit as per the protocol, this should be provided by the sending unit. If we talk about at last impurity, degradant and residual solvent. So in this particular case, consideration for transfer is we have to compare the chromatograms between the sending unit and receiving unit. If we talk about impurity and degradation product, so the peaks of impurity and degradation product obtained in the HPLC, so we have to compare the chromatographs or chromatograph of the sample from sending unit and from the receiving unit, and we have to compare it. So the HPLC should be performed by the 2 analysts and in 3 lots. Apart from that, what is the acceptance criteria? Here, less than or equal to 5% difference should be allowable between sending unit and receiving unit. So these all are the various types of tests which we have to perform during the analytical method transfer, and what is the acceptance criteria and how many times we have to replicate the test. This is all about that. So at last, the sending and the receiving unit should execute the transfer protocol and jointly prepare a transfer report for the same. Thank you.